I cannot tell you how many of my clients, while I'm in their home, sitting at their kitchen table, have said, I didn't know how to find a Notary Public, so I Googled it and I found you. It's important to have a Notary Public in your contacts. So I will just simply wait here while you go ahead and put my information in your contacts. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll wait. If you're new to this channel, I'm Carla Stewart, owner of Superior Signature Notary Service. I am a Notary Public, commissioned in the state of Ohio. I am also a certified remote online notary. So you can be wherever in the world you are, and I can still help you because we meet online. So today's topic, and this is going to be brief, is the importance of having a Notary Public in your contacts. I go to a lot of people's homes, as we've talked about here before, and they have no idea what a Notary Public does or why they even need one. However, I'm here to tell you today what I'm going to be doing today. What I'm going to be doing today is that I have two what's called general notary work appointments. So that's when someone inquires of my services. They usually they'll hit me on my website and send me an email inquiry, or they'll call me directly and they will ask for my services. In that case, I usually meet them in their home, look over their paperwork. And when I say look over, I don't mean review it. I simply mean to look over it, make sure there are no blank spaces, and then to witness their signature and then notarize their signature on their document or documents. So that's what I have today going on. I have two powers of attorney. The first person that I have, my first client, is a gentleman who is in a care facility, a nursing rehab center. He actually called me himself. As I've mentioned before, it's usually a family member who calls on behalf of the person who's in the facility, but this time it's the gentleman himself. I've talked to him a few times because he didn't have his paperwork prepared yet. Well, apparently he's got it together, and I'm going to go see him this afternoon. I will take a look over his documents and make sure that he's filled everything out. And a caveat of this is, oftentimes people will wait for me to arrive to look at their paperwork. I had a phone call yesterday with someone who was making an appointment for later this week. And they said, oh, I'll just wait until you get here so you can look over the paperwork. And I had to let them know, of course, that I am not an attorney, so I do not practice law. However, if you want to wait for me to arrive to fill out your paperwork, that's fine. I'll just simply make sure that there are no blank spaces left, and I will witness your signature and notarize your signature. So with this gentleman, he had to get some paperwork together. It's a power of attorney. So I don't know if he has filled it out yet or not. That's fine if he hasn't. I've got enough time for him to go through and make sure he initials where he should initial and or sign where he needs to sign in my presence. Then my second power of attorney appointment today will be at a hospital. So I'm going to go over to the hospital, and this time it was a family member who called me about someone who is in the hospital. So then I will, of course, talking to my actual client, the person who has been admitted to the hospital, I will ask some questions to make sure that this client is competent, that he knows the reason I'm there, he knows what he's signing, what his name is, what his children's names are, who's the current president, what is the current month, what is the current year, things like that. These are the questions that I ask, and we've talked about them prior to this video. But yeah, so I need to ask these questions to make sure that this client knows what he's signing, because if he doesn't, then I have to refuse the notarization. And I'm perfectly comfortable doing that because it's important that this person and all people know what they're signing. They shouldn't simply blindly be signing their life away, so to speak, to a family member or a friend or whomever just because the family member wants them to sign this paper. So I will ask those questions, many of those questions anyway, of this particular client. So those are the two general notary work appointments that I have today. And I believe that the first person found me on Google, and then the other person was referred to me by another wonderful notary public here in the state of Ohio. Later on this afternoon, I will have a loan signing, refinance, and I will take care of that. I will scan the documents so that I can then email them directly to the title company. So it's important to have a notary public in your contacts. Put me in your phone. In fact, here you go. Here's my card. Give me a call when you need my services. I give my card to my clients so that they never have to look for a notary again. It's super important because you never know when you need a notary. When you need him, when you need me, that's when you find out you need me, and then you go looking. I just wanted to briefly jump on here today and tell you what I'm getting into today and why it's important for you, my next client, to have me in your contacts. Save my info in your phone and call me when you need me, or hit me on my website at superiorsignatureNotaryService.com. You guys have a fantastic day. I am off now to my notarizations.